Yeah, 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 yeah. What? What? Uh, uh, uh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah. Uh, 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 uh. Yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Yeah. Uh, uh. Yeah. Uh. Ready? Uh, uh, uh. I am sick. What? What? Yeah. Yeah. Monday. Yeah. Daily. Uh. Uh. Daily go get a missing show. Uh. Uh. What's going on, y'all? Yo, Urban Therapy with Sun 752, and this is daily. It's the Daily Go Get Mism Show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? I think you think it won't when it is. We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be alright. We talking about when you ain't have to do that stuff tonight. And this is the Daily Go Getimism Show. When we do this every single day, every single day, every day. Every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. Every day it rains, and the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the but then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we're going to talk about something. We're going to pretty much talk about opportunity. We're going to talk about privilege, and we're going to talk about what it's like when you have had to do something in order to get ahead, in order to succeed, in order to get out, in order to better yourself, versus when you didn't have to do something in order to better yourself, in order to get out, in order to make moves, in order to prosper, in order to advance. You know, if you really look at your family, because in a family, and I'm not just talking about your nuclear family, not just your mom, your dad, your siblings, your cat, dog, turtle, snake, hamster, gerbil, ferret, bird, fish. But when you look at your whole family, your whole mom side of your family, your whole dad side of your family, you may see that there's some things going on that are happening with certain people in your family, certain families within your family that go against what you have been taught, how you have been raised, what you were exposed to, and how you have chosen to live. And you see that, wow, things could have gone a whole different way. It's definitely in the bloodline, but other than the bloodline, we can talk about nature versus nurture, or nurture versus nature. So when you look at some of your cousins, for example, you may have cousins that may have turned to a life of crime. You may have brothers and sisters also. You may have come from a family where a life of crime was definitely being taught and fostered and set as an example of how to get yours. And you may see that you didn't have to choose that. You didn't have that as an option, and you didn't have to go there. where other family members may have had to. And if you look at your social circle, people that you have grown up with in the neighborhood, people that you've gone to school with, people that you are in clubs and organizations with, people that you have worked with, people that you actually speak to, look forward to seeing, are around a lot, the places that you frequent, you may see a whole lot of people who had to make different choices than the choices that you had to make. And when you look at the choices that you had to make, you may see that things could have been a whole different way had you been exposed to some things that maybe you weren't exposed to, or had you received less exposure than what you were exposed to. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about opportunity. We're going to talk about privilege. We're going to talk about chances. We're going to talk about what actually happened versus what could have happened. We're going to talk about all that. We're going to get into all that. Y'all ready? I hope you're ready. Please make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come on up in here. I'd appreciate it if y'all do me that solid. Just hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Sun752. I'm feeling like a real man should. I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. So let's go. All right, let me shout out my people out the gate. T. Carey Wright, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my peoples going directly into your site. And Emily Dunlap is in the house. Bow! She about to turn it out. And Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious, the greatest pearl in the world. What's going on? Good to see you, girl. And Marvel Marcus and Word of Bremen. What's going on? Got to see y'all, a couple of men. Marvel Marcus says, genetics and environment determine your will. Trust me. Yeah, well, genetics and environment, I mean, basically you covered the whole spectrum. But what about when you don't know about your genetics? And what if you are unaware of your environment? See, when we talk about genetics, something could have happened to one or both of your parents right around the time of your birth or when you were very young, so you may not know what they had the potential to do. And it can get even crazier because something could have happened to your parents, so you don't have that point of reference, and then the parents or the guardians that you were raised by may not be your biological parents or even your aunts, uncles. They may not be your biological relatives. So when that's the case, you kind of have to make some assumptions, maybe even sometimes an educated guess or guesses, but and I'm not, excuse me, I'm not disputing you or saying that you're wrong. All I'm saying is that sometimes we have to dig deeper. We got to read more chapters in the book. We have to go get different books. We might have to go to a different library or maybe even a different bookstores. We might have to bring Borders. We might have to bring Borders back. We might have to bring Borders back. Walden Books. B. Dalton. All right. He says, as you're describing, okay, not being a criminal or having a criminal mind is a privilege as much as being physically attractive. There's even science backing that experience outside of the womb impact your gene expression. Very intelligent statement there, and I agree. I totally agree, and we're gonna get into that. Man, because I grew up with a variety of examples and a whole lot of different people. I've seen I have a lot of different looks, and y'all may have as many or even more than I have. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. All right. Appreciate y'all liking and sharing. Appreciate it. Only saw the like go up once, and I see 17. But listen. I understand y'all might be giving it a shot first. Like, let me make sure. It might not be worthy of a like. I haven't heard anything I like yet. It's cool. It's cool. All right. Okay, epigenetics as well. That's what's up. Marvel Marcus says there's a study I've referenced when I discussed this, how rats are shocked in the presence of citrus and they become scared of the smell. Their offspring automatically become scared without being shocked. That's no different to me than a parent being afraid of the dark and teaching their kids to be afraid of the dark, or a parent being afraid of mice and teaching their kids to be afraid of mice, or a parent being afraid of heights, or scared to swim, or fly, or I don't know, go up an elevator. We definitely impress our fears onto our children. And it's something that I really hate because we rob them of opportunities. We rob them of chances to see things, explore things, and experience things. And we're really just trying to protect them with our scaredy cat asses. All right, let's go. Let's go. What up, Parker? Olga Beck, Ismatov, thanks for coming back through. Appreciate you. From Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan stand up all day. And Matthew Mallet says, hell no, not hell no, not ride. Pride is not okay. Who the hell? Who's talking about pride? Stay straight. Yeah, let's do that. And Dauda, steroids. Man, I don't take no steroids. All right, let's get some things straight. Literally, let's get some things straight. I don't even take no supplements. What I do is I drink shit like this. I just made this too. It's a good batch. It's red because of them beets, those organic beets that are in here. But I got collard greens inside here. I got a whole big flower of garlic. I got celery, I got tomato, I got red onion, I got radish, I got turnip, I got the beets, and I told you about the collard greens, and I got cucumber up in here. Did I miss anything? I think that's all that I have tonight. I don't even have my herbs up in here. I went to the herb store earlier today, and they was closed. Well, they wasn't closed, but I didn't have enough time. I had to hurry up and get to work. This here is baking soda and water. You might be able to see. You see that? You see that sediment down at the bottom? Watch it move. Watch it move. Watch it move. Watch it move. You see it? You see that? Shake that up. You want to make sure that it never settles to the bottom. I just dropped it in there. I just dropped it in there, and this is regular water. Regular water, H2O. Ain't nothing else going on. Regular filtered water. I don't buy bottled water. I use water filters. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting money out of me for bottled water. I just can't do it. All right, let's keep it moving. No Life to Rhyme says, has anyone ever told you that you look exactly like King Von? Can you say fuck 63rd real quick? I don't know who. Do I know who King Von is? He a battle rapper? King Von? King Von? Is he a battle rapper? If it's the King Von I'm thinking about, he threw an event last year. That shit was a flop. And he did something with Daylight. All right, Matthew Millette says, stop saying Happy Pride Month, Goofy. Oh, Parker. Oh, Parker must. Okay. It must be Parker doing that. Okay, all right, because I don't say no shit like that. Marvel says, right, but what I'm saying is they don't teach the offspring. The fear comes genetically in one generation without saying to the children or teaching them. But here's the thing. We don't know how mice communicate with each other. So we don't know. We know what they physically show each other what to do. But we don't know if that's their only form of communication. See, animals are on a different level. You know, you ever notice that cats don't meow against each other? They don't meow to each other. They only meow to human beings. You don't see a cat go up to another cat and be like, meow. Now, they might let out that scowl, that when they're angry with each other or giving out a warning signal. But no meow, meow. They don't meow to each other. So we don't know exactly how they communicate, but we know that they have a way of having nonverbal communication, just like all other animals do. And we don't know what they might be saying. We don't know if they can telepathically, communicate with each other. We just don't know. So I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying we don't have enough evidence to support whatever we thinking. Matthew Muller says, this dude look hella buff. He works his ass off. Actually, I don't. I just have a lot of muscle memory. I used to work out real heavy. Now I just do calisthenics, man. Some push-ups, sit-ups, leg lifts. I do some military presses, and I do some arm curls, and that's it. No more barbell work, man. I'm 53 years old. I can't be. Listen, I'm 50. Not that a 53-year-old can't hit the iron, but I ain't with it. I don't feel like doing that shit no more. I ain't no young boy no more. I ain't trying out for contests. I've never been about that shit. Even when I was at my most fit, I'm not trying to challenge. I'm just trying to live. Natasha Younger, what's going on? He says, hello, son. I'm very happy to be here. I'm starting to look forward to your show. I appreciate the present moment style that you bring, and I relate to it. Hello, everyone. I mean, that is a glaring accommodation, and I appreciate it mucho. Peace to you. Matter of fact, peace to you and a cowbell too. I said peace to you and a cowbell too. I appreciate that. All right. He said, does it taste good? This? Yes. This is good shit. And I will prove it. The thing is, see, organic beets are so overpowering as far as color and texture that, you know what I mean, it looks like I'm bleeding in the mouth and my stool. You know, I mean, if I can be candid. But you have to season this shit up. Because if you're just going to eat all the vegetables, you know, raw, I mean, more power to you, but it's not going to taste good if you do that. You got to throw something up in here that's going to make it taste the way you want to. This shit is good. More. And I ain't gonna front. When I throw the herbs and shit in there, like I usually use black seed, turmeric, chlorella, and echinacea, and it make the shit taste nasty, but the shit works. It do what it has to do. Okay. Mike the Flame says, no Chicago drill rapper, he died. Oh. Well, if he's a drill rapper, I pretty much can guess how he passed. Well, I mean, rest in power to him. Was he good? Was he good on the mic? Because you know, a lot of those drill cats, a lot of them drill cats. There's Philly. I'm from Philly, and a lot of those Philly cats, some of them are good. A lot of them are trash. Word of Bremen says, I look like Vanilla Ice. Oh, do you now? The old Vanilla Ice or the new one? What up, the second? Says, what's going on with you, OG? Hey, you know what we do. You know what we do, how we do it, where we going to do it, how it's going to end up. Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate you mucho. Matter of fact, let me give you some triangles. Let me give you some triangles. The second gets try. The second gets try. The second gets try. And that's for Worman Bremen too. The second gets try. What? Yeah, the second gets try. The triangle for my man second and Word of Bremen. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. Let's see. Luscious Barbus. Do you? Oh God, don't come through with that bullshit. All right, Ninja says, do you take testosterone? No, don't take no fucking testosterone test. No, I take you. I'm a fucking man. That's it. I'm taking those damn testosterone pills. I ain't got no problem with. I don't have a reason to take testosterone pills. You know what testosterone pills are for. You know, motherfuckers who be having erectile dysfunction or lazy. They got like lazy erections and shit. I mean, plus they act like pussies. But you know, no, I ain't gotta do that. Mike the Flame says, man, you built like you fresh out of the joint. I pray I look like you at 53. Well, man, I appreciate that. You know what I mean? But I'm 53 in August 12th of this summer. I will be 54. So I got way more years in back of me than I do in front of me. You know what I mean? But I'm going to try to do my best. Hold on. Before I go any further, man, let's get dressed, man. Let's get dressed. Let me put my clothes on. Let me put my clothes on. Yeah, yeah. Let me put my clothes on. I got a couple of necklaces. I put those on. There you go. There you go. Now I'm in content creator mode. There you go. All right. Come on. Y'all put on y'all's too. Y'all ready? Come on, put your chain on. Stick your neck out. Come, stop bitching. Stick your neck out. Come on. All right, there you go. There you go. Hold on. Let me move the other one out of the way. All right, there you go. All right, y'all looking good. Real good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, looking good right there. All right. Let me give y'all a photo so y'all can see how y'all looking. Hold on. Move the keyboard out of the way. Y'all looking good. You see, do you see you? Do you see yourself? Looking pretty, looking handsome, looking attractive. Huh? There's a snack right there. Y'all looking very snacky. Snackish. Good looking. Huh? Good. Real good. You know what I'm saying? All right. So now we ready. Now we're ready. Brandy Kinsey says, work out at your speed. Exactly. Listen, I used to do some personal training years ago, and I used to tell everybody, do the exercises that you really like to do until you don't feel like doing them no more. And then we'll move on to some other exercises that you'll do until you don't feel like doing them no more. And then we're going to go back to those exercises that we stopped doing, and then we're going to do those again, because now your body, your metabolism will react to the ones that you're not doing anymore. Your muscles and your metabolism will react to that. And then, you know what I'm saying? So you got to work with a plan. All right. Brandon Kinsey says, I love beats. I like beats too. A lot of people don't like them. Sherelle, I'm here, brother. Man, appreciate you. Mucho, dog. Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate y'all. All right. Okay. All right. Neo, what up? Sorry, it's been a while, but I've been working a lot. Yo, man, you gotta get that paper. We got bills to pay. We got kids to take care of. Lives and wives to feed. We got lives and wives to feed. I understand. I appreciate anytime y'all can come through here, man. I appreciate it all. And White Devil 999 says hello from Midwest Korea. Thanks for coming through, White Devil. Interesting name for a Korean. All right, TK right says, I said I wanted to, kiddo. I said what I wanted to, kiddo. Okay, I it's something being said. I guess I'm out of that combo. Mike the Flame says, I don't listen to drill, man. Even though I'm 27, I was raised off of Isley Brothers, Four Tops, Pun, Biggie. I'm an old soul, man. All right. I mean, peace to you. I was raised off of them same cats. Good shit. I mean, but listen, I ain't mad at those drill rappers. I'm mad at their culture. I'm mad at what makes the drill rapper a drill rapper, because it's so destructive and it's a tragedy. But I think maybe we can springboard off of that. Think about what it takes to be a drill rapper. First of all, normally when you're a drill rapper, you're a gang member too. And since we're talking about because I didn't have to do it, just because I didn't have to do it. When you look at the lives of most gang members, most cats who turn to a gang as a form of family to live a life of crime, whether you're selling dope, whether you are doing participating in some type of racketeering, robbing cats, or just straight gang banging, just out there fighting for your set and all of that kind of stuff. And you look at yourself, maybe you were raised by a mom and a dad, either or both, that instilled good values in you, made sure that you didn't have to steal, that you didn't have to rob anybody, that you didn't have to commit crimes in order to have good sneakers on your feet, a nice jacket on your back, a sweater, sweatshirt, some sweatpants, some jeans, whatever it is that you needed. Maybe you were provided for, where you look at some of these other cats that you grew up around and you saw no parental guidance. Maybe their dad was out of the picture. Mom might have been on drugs or in the wind, chasing behind some nigga, a whole lot of other things. And you realize, like, even though it's easy to say that nobody has to turn to a life of crime, you can't really say that for somebody else's position where they don't have any examples. They don't have any opportunities the way that you had them. When you look at any gangster, why would you ever have to join a gang if you had strong familial ties? I mean, when you really think about it, the gang culture is directly tied to single parenthood. And I ain't saying that coming from a single parent household is a bad thing. I can't say that. But you would not have to join a gang or even value what a gang is bringing to the table, with the exception of protection. And they barely do that because they be sex ripping and fighting against each other. So what kind of protection is that? But they look towards a gang as their family. And if you had good brothers and sisters, mom, dad, uncles, aunts, cousins, even grandparents, even decent neighbors, would you need to get jumped into a gang? Would you need to represent your neighborhood, if that's what they want to call themselves doing it? Would you need to do that? Probably wouldn't. Because you would probably have other endeavors that you were heading towards, other goals that you were trying to fulfill, like maybe finishing school. Most gang members don't do that. Maybe going into the military, maybe going to college, finishing that. Most gang members don't do that. You know what most gang members do? Rob, steal, sell drugs, prostitution, racketeering of some sort, and they wind up getting cased up, go to jail, spend a lot of time there, come home. A lot of times they don't come home, and a lot of times they come home even worse than they were when they went in, because now they've gotten around other gangsters and they've told them how they can manipulate the system with their limited knowledge of just being institutionalized. And they come out, and a lot of times they don't even make it out there on the streets very long before somebody takes them up out of here. That's what happens to gangsters. Now, if you came from a decent family, you think your family would steer you in that direction? Probably not. Now, that's not to say that some people haven't been so intrigued with the G life that they have chosen that life, regardless of what their parents have told you. It's no different than your parents being drug free or alcohol free, and you deciding to roll up the weed and drink the drink. It's no different than that. But when you think about what you had to do based on the opportunities that were presented to you, and what you didn't have to do based on the opportunities that were presented to you. Think about your life and think about your family's lives. Think about your social circle's lives. Think about your coworkers, your neighbors, people you went to school with. How are they doing? What direction did they pursue versus what you pursued? I know back in the day, if your parents were involved in some type of progressive occupation, whether it was a policeman, fireman, construction worker, union member, that some kind of blue collar position or whatever, but they would teach their kids or groom their kids to have that opportunity to do whatever they did for a living. So I'm an electrician. I'm going to teach my child. I'm going to teach my son and maybe my daughters how to do electricity. I'm a plumber. I'm going to teach them how to do plumbing. I'm a carpenter. I'm going to teach them how to build shit, fix shit. I'm a roofer. They're going to know how to do that. They used to take them under their wing all the time. I don't see that as much as I used to see it. I saw it all the time. So even those of us who dropped out of school had some type of trade. We knew how to do something besides stand on the corner and run from other gang members and other cops in the law and all that shit. So that's what we're talking about. So what y'all got for me? I know I'm still probably high on high up on the credits. I'm gonna do my best, man. I'm gonna do my best. All right. The second says this conversation needs to be had. What will it take for the Eagles to win a chip? I think they gonna do it this year. On paper, they got the squad. Ain't nobody messing with the Eagles on paper. We just gotta take the paper and get it on the field. That's all. I'm telling you. I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, Jalen Hurts, he threw a bunch of interceptions this year. He turned out like Dak Prescott. We ain't having it. I mean, I'm just saying, it can't happen. Sherelle, DMX for me. Where my dogs at? Where my dogs at? Yeah, I miss DMX, man. I miss him a lot. Mike the Flame says. I just left Philly. I got family out there. I'm in B-More right now at a church convention. That's what's up. Shout out to B-More. Shout out to B-More. I like B-More. I've always liked B-More. Maryland as a whole, you know what I mean? If I was going to move to another state, Maryland was always a close consideration. I was thinking more like North Virginia. But that's when it's so fucking expensive. You know what I mean? All right, Carl says, my arm, it hurts so bad. I'm not even fucking with that. I'm not doing it. Because I was cutting down a tree until I sung it. I sung it at my arm. Do you mean slung it? I was cutting down a tree until I sung it at my arm on accident. I don't know. I don't know what you said, man. I hope you get better, and I hope you taking care of it now. Natasha says, I made it to the show about 15 minutes late. I have no idea what the subject is. It's not like we ever let you stick to it, but it would be good to know. All right, I think you know now. We're talking about just because you didn't have to do it. So we got a lot more examples. We good. We flowing now. All right. Natasha says, I do ask myself, if you were ugly, would I be watching this show consistently? The answer is no. Well, damn. You like the hell with that information? I don't want to hear that shit. But fuck it, I'll take it. Appreciate that. Thanks for coming through. Did you hit the like button? Oh yeah, I did forget you was 14. My bad, dog. My bad. I am interested to know, like, what brings a 14-year-old to this show? How'd that happen? You just be up late at night, like, let me see what's going on. Mike the Flame says, see, Carrie, how was that wild? I'm just saying, he's in good condition for a 53-year-old. You wild for thinking it was wild because that didn't come across my mind. Stop being childish, little Philly. What y'all talking about? I don't know. He said, I'm on my mom's old account. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, because I thought Sherelle was a strange name for a dude. So I was like, maybe it's Shirelle. It looks like Sherelle, though. Okay. Mike the Flame says, I was in deep, and I saw my parents in it deep, but my grandma kept me in church, and that's what made me click. But my grandfather was a pimp. He also says, and one of the biggest drug dealers in Vegas, anyone can change. Okay. Some people see the best and worst in situations. Some people have great lives and still do wrong. It's a choice. It is a choice. But choices can change. Choices can develop, and choices can definitely expand by other opportunities being presented. Listen, you talking about being one of the biggest drug dealers in Vegas. I'm so close to the drug game, man. Sometimes I feel like we arm in arm, hand in hand. I've lost a lot of people to the drug game, and I mean a lot. Sometimes I feel like I was there, like I've never sold drugs, and I've never used drugs. And the reason that I've never used or sold drugs is because I didn't have to. I wasn't saturated with being around people that were close to me that were on that shit and doing that shit and making it seem like the way to go, or like it was a way out, or even a way to escape any type of reality or stressful situation. I've never been around anybody who made me feel that way. So I didn't go that way. And even though I had an alcohol problem myself, it sure wasn't because my dad had one or my mom had one. That wasn't the example. That was that motherfucking Penn State. It was their fault. It was all their fault. I ain't even drink before I went there. And they got me on that shit. And it's fucked up now. Not no more, but it was. Should have never went to school. Boys and girls never go to school in Pennsylvania. All right, so the light was doing a little jiggy, like the funny said. But I do understand exactly what you're saying for sure. He says, so for me, it was my grandparents. That's what's up. Jaja says, I'm considering on making my own gang. College is too hard. Making your own gang, huh? Good luck with that. Mike says, and God saved me too many times, and something just clicked and made me realize I couldn't keep taking this grace for granted. Man, at least you realize that, because look at how many people you know or that you came across who never got a chance to make that decision. They literally took their decision straight to the grave. Stacy White, what's going on? Holding it down for the D all day, every day. Appreciate you coming on through. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And Bobby Hill C-Say. Bobby C-Say is in the house. Bobby C-Say is Stacy White and Bobby. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Appreciate it. Okay, that's what's up, man. Good looking out, Sherelle. TK Wright says, Mike the Flame, what the fuck are you talking about? I was saying that is wild that you were just here and that you came across this show. Okay. The second says, social media got people out of hand. Just seen two grandmas recording TikTok videos with tighter shorts than Kareem in the 80s, shaking bones and a stiff behind, more motion than a rock. Man, more motionless than a rock. Man, social media, where fantasy meets reality. It's an alternative universe, this social media is. And the more we try to deny its impact, the more impact that we see that it has. And you know what? These cell phones mixed with social media has fucked up everything. Because imagine if the cell phones were still the way they are, but we didn't have social media. So we would be able to talk to each other and be able to communicate with each other on screen, just like the Jetsons said we would be able to do one day. But no posting pictures, no trying to be a internet superstar or Instagram model or TikTok sensation or viral video vixen, none of that. Imagine the two had to go together, and that's how you know it's a plan. This shit didn't just happen. They knew it would happen. They made it happen. Billions and billions of dollars later, they made it happen. And we falling for a hook, line, and sinker. And guess what? It's here to stay. It's never going to be any different anymore. So we're going to have to learn a whole different way. Well, I don't think I will last long enough to see how it plays out, but my kids will. They kids will. It's going to be different. Shit is crazy. You know, these kids out here today, they have no understanding. Forget about respect. They have no understanding of privacy. They put everything out there on the internet. Listen, man, I work with young people, and I ain't talking about teenagers. I work with like 20-something-year-olds or whatever. They don't even know the value of pulling the boss aside to ask them something like, listen, they'll do shit like, yo, can I talk to you for a minute? So you think it's gonna be a private conversation? They'd be like, oh well, like it ain't really all that private. I wanted to know if I can do this and I can do that, or if I can have this day off because my baby mom, she tripping right now, trying to take me to court and all of that. Man, I don't even really know if the child is mine, so I gotta go to court for that. It started off like it was going to be some type of private conversation, and then it went straight Instagram on me. I was like, and I'm like, I was walking you to my office. They abandoned the whole private shit. When keeping it real goes wrong, Mike the Flame says, plus I was never the one to be peer pressured. I made moves. It was on my own account. Some of the lines people were willing to cross, I stopped at. I was just, I just was me everywhere I went. I can relate to that. And Camp Zach NB Ministry says, Christ is Lord. Good looking out. Thanks for coming through. Major Chip says, social media got the gifts bugging. Man, listen, or does that say girls? It says gifts, right? Or did you mean girls? I don't know. All right. Sherelle says, this is my social media. YouTube is a form of social media. And you mad says, you using cell phone with social media right now. Yeah, I'm well aware. Look, I'm not trying to deny the power of social media. Shit. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the followers that I have. I wouldn't have a monetized account. There would be no reason. I would have to find another outlet for expression. And I remember very well in the days of no social media, no cell phones and all of that. You had to do some other shit to stand out. And it was normally some physical shit. And since we're talking about what, just because I didn't have to do it, even positive things. You look at somebody who was really good in basketball, really good in football, but they really, really needed to make it into the NBA or really needed to make it into the NFL. Because without those two outlets, without them becoming pros, nothing else really was going to happen for them. And we don't really think about these athletes in that way because we look at them like, well, they did go to college, even if they only went to college for a minute. But you don't understand what that minute of college was to them. Like, they didn't go to class. Some of them, a lot of them didn't go to class at all. I was looking at, what was it? What's the, does it come on ESPN or does it come on Fox? The one with Shady McCoy and the dark-skinned boy that used to play for the Broncos, and the other boy that used to play and the chick, the light-skinned chick, you know what I mean? What is it called? Take? First, it's not First Take, it's just Take or some shit like that. Anyway, Shady was saying he went to Pitt University, Pittsburgh University. He said, but he didn't go to class at all. They said he went to Pitt just to turn pro. That's it. So he was ready to turn pro as soon as he hit the campus. So he played his games, but he ain't go to no classes. He said it. He ain't go to no classes and none of that shit, you know what I mean? So whatever he learned in high school, and think about it, he had to be such a star in high school, going to Harrisburg. I mean, what did he really know? I'm not saying that he's a dummy, because he's very articulate. He's good on camera. You know what I mean? He seems to have a good mind. He's very intelligent, but not because of the school. But I'm bringing up this whole athlete thing because many of the athletes had to turn pro. because that was the only way they was going to make it out of the neighborhood. That was the only way they was going to be able to take care of their family. That was the only way they was going to be able to give back to their community that they know of. They had to do it. And many of the athletes, especially the black athletes, come from broken homes, poor homes, or I don't want to say poor. I want to say they came from homes where money was an issue. Definitely an issue. They may have came from homes where they could barely afford the equipment. Whenever I'm a season ticket for the Philadelphia Eagles, so every time I go to the Eagles game, I see the young cats down there from local Pee Wee League football teams, and they be down there with their helmets, you know, taking donations and shit, and they be seriously trying to collect that money. And so, you know, just to make sure that they ain't trying to steal a bunch of money. They wouldn't be stealing because people giving it to them, but just to see that it's going in the right place. Often I interview them and I'm like, so y'all collect the money. What's the where does your team play? And they tell me where the team plays. I'm like, so y'all collect the money for what? Oh, because we need uniforms, and or they're trying to, you know, do a fundraiser so they can have an award ceremony for their top players and things like that. So, you know, I'm like, that's good. It's good to be able to have exposure, to be able to humble yourself, ask for what you need, do fundraising, because that's an actual skill that a lot of people would rather not do. Like, you probably don't like to ask strangers for money, but imagine, you know, having to get dressed up in a suit and ask strangers for large sums of money. Well, it starts at the grassroots level, and they're learning how to do that. But they got to do that. Think about it. They're not doing, I don't see no coaches out there with them doing it. They're doing it because they have to do it. Now, if their moms and their dads had enough money to be able to afford these things for them, and it's an extracurricular activity for them right now, but if their moms and if their parents had the resources to be able to afford the equipment and all the other amenities that come with learning a sport, they wouldn't have to be out there fundraising. They wouldn't have to. It would already be there. They would be set. So, you know, it's not a small thing. And people think athletes have it easy. Oh yeah? You want to work out every day for a living? And not just on your own. I'm not talking about going to the gym for a couple of hours. You know, talking about doing drills, practice every day with the best in the world, having to keep up with them. And a lot of these athletes haven't been able to keep up. And so I think that's where a lot of their behavioral problems came from. Like Ben Simmons. I honestly believe that Ben Simmons just didn't have it. I don't think he could compete. Now, a lot of people say, nah, Ben Simmons was all that. Oh, yeah? Last time you seen Ben Simmons play 10 games in a row? Ben Simmons ain't even 30 years old. Sometimes you don't know what's going on with somebody. He's injury prone. He always hurt. Always ready for the trade block. Can't seem to get along with his teammates. There's something else going on. Even if it's some type of mental illness. So he got to cope with that. Do you got to cope with that? Probably not. But he would. Just saying, if that's what he's dealing with. But anybody with mental illness, you know what they have to do in order to appear normal to everybody else? You ain't got to do that. You're probably in a state where you don't even give a fuck about being normal. You know, like my man Mike the Flame was saying, he's saying I was always me. Like, I ain't have to jump on nobody else's dick. I let him ride mine. I can relate. But not everybody can feel like that. So where one person may have the confidence and the energy, the drive, and the creativity to create their own lane, somebody else might have to ride somebody else's wave. because they ain't got no other choice. They don't come up with ideas. They haven't been shown how to do that. So they gotta ride somebody else's wave. There's no other choice. You might not have to do that. You might have a way of being independent. You might have it going on in many ways that are recognizable to everybody who comes in contact with you. You might be a superstar, local, regional, whatever role. And there's nothing wrong with having there's nothing wrong with riding somebody's wave. If that wave is big enough and if it's impactful enough, but you might just not have to do that. You might have other options at your disposal. So sometimes our blessings come in different ways. So we always think about blessings, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but normally, we think about our blessings in terms of the things that we have. We don't always think about blessings in the things that we didn't have to have or didn't need to do. Maybe it's time. Okay. Major Chip, what's going on? You mad says, you trying to be an internet superstar. Nah, I'm trying to be a superstar, period. Shit, I ain't trying to limit my shit to no internet. Shit. I'll tell you straight up and down, I've always wanted to be a superstar. I mean, I went to concerts, see motherfuckers rocking 20,000 people or like a football stadium. Like, you mean to tell me 70,000 people came to see you rock and you rocking them? Like, yeah, that sounds pretty fly to me. Pretty dope. I mean, with your talent, shit, I ain't trying to be no internet superstar. As soon as I get a chance, we taking this show on the road in person. All right, so, I get it. You mad is dissing me. Oh, what was I thinking? Well, see, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. All right, so Sherelle says, I don't have TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, nothing. Okay, cool. Mike Flame says, thank you for accepting my apology. Now we can laugh. Oh, you talking about UNTK, right? I'm glad y'all got things patched up. Yeah, that's good shit. You know what I mean? Give it up for getting things patched up. Give it up for getting things patched up. Getting things patched up. Yeah, y'all got it together, and that's what's up. I said, give it up for getting things patched up. Give it up for getting things patched up. Give it up for getting things patched up. Yeah, y'all got your shit together. Yeah, you know that's what's up. Yo, we ain't got to fight on the internet. We never seen each other, never met. But we can come together, meet another mind. Sometimes you find internet friends the best that you can find. I've got mine, you got yours. We do the things we gotta do. But more so, we gotta take the show on the road. Gotta do the things we gotta do. Blow it up, explode. And if you can't do it, flow like blow it, yo. One day we all gonna get to it, get to that bag. Yo, display the swag and everything is gonna be that. It's good shit, y'all. All right, let's go. Ooh. The second says, yeah, social media ruined everything. Can't spend a day with friends or family with half of it being spent looking at their phones. Sometimes it's like I'm looking at zombies. I know what you're saying, my dude. I do. I do. Hold on. All right, hold on. Mike says, for me, it was everything. I went to NAU, got a spot to practice with the Cardinals, got into it with a player, then broke my femur. Shit was crazy. Damn, man. What fucking dumb luck is that? That's crazy. Good looking out, Sherelle. The second says, That is the one thing I will say is good about social media. Black people are naturally great entertainers, whether it's comedy, acting, music, etc. So it was another way to make money. That's true. And that's a good statement too. Michael Flame says, I never went to class. I was blazing and hitting and heat. I'm trying to tell you. Look, there's some things I know. You know, I'm shit. When I went to Penn State, I had classes with a lot of the football players. I had class. I don't know where the fuck they was. I saw them in there like maybe a total of 4 times. You know what I mean? The second says, but it makes me question, how is the violence still high with so many opportunities here? Because there aren't as many opportunities as it seems like. There are opportunities, but until somebody drives you to the opportunity, shows you how the opportunities can and how they can help you or how they can benefit you in some kind of way, then they're not opportunities. It's like, yeah, there are thousands of jobs out there, but do you know about those jobs? Are you trained for those jobs? Are those jobs in your field? Are they good paying jobs? Yeah, they're jobs. Yeah, that's great. Are they the jobs for you? Because the only thing you need to be concerned with are the jobs that are available for you and yours. You know, so if there are a bunch of jobs out there in the health field and you're not in the health field, what are you going to do? Get in the health field? It might not be for you. You need a program for you. So where a lot of people had to go in the direction of where the opportunities were, you may not have had to. You may have had it another way. You know, you may have had a work or job or some type of career waiting for you after school, after you finish high school. Maybe even before you finish high school. I know people who did. It's crazy. Dropping out of high school, though. That's another one. I don't know if anybody in here has ever dropped out of high school, but I know people who dropped out of high school. I never dropped out of high school because that was never an option for me. It was never an option. Nobody in my family drops out of high school. We don't do that. But I'm lying because I have cousins. It's 4 of them, 3 girls and 1 dude. And none of them graduated high school. And there's no reason for this shit. It got me wondering, my auntie graduated high school. But when my cousin told me that, yeah, none of us graduated, I was like, what? I live in Philly. They live in Chester. We talking about 15 miles away from each other. And we grew up together. I'm like, none of y'all graduation? No, I mean, none of y'all graduated. Then I thought about it like, wait a minute. I don't remember attending none of y'all graduations. I thought just maybe I didn't get a ticket or the invite. No, they wasn't there. Like, did y'all go to your proms? I don't know if they made it all the way to 12th grade. I don't know that. So yeah, shit starts getting different. Whether it's your family, your social circle, whatever. But I know that there are reasons that they felt like they needed to drop out. I never had those reasons. All of our other cousins, we all graduated high school. I think had me wondering. I don't know. Sherelle says, why is everyone leaving? Yo, man, this should be going up and down, whatever. But that's a YouTube thing. I don't even think they be... Listen, when you see the number at the end of the show, it's going to show like real low, but then in a few hours, it'll show you the total. I get the total right after the show. So it's different. Don't even, you know what I mean? You know, just keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing, and everything, it'll all come together. Mike the Flame says, and Philly tough. Y'all talent on a whole nother level compared to Vegas. We used to get smoked at camps out there. They got some talent here. They got a lot of talent, but they don't know what they have, man. These cats be caught up in all kinds of shit. They caught up in, like, one thing about Philly is that we don't have Bloods and Crips. We have Bloods and Crips, but we don't have Bloods and Crips. Like, we don't have sets of Bloods and Crips. We don't have that. This ain't New York, New Jersey, or even other parts of Pennsylvania. We don't play that shit. But we don't need it. You know why? Because we have neighborhood sets that trump that shit. And it's just as bad. We just don't have an OG that we have to pay or look up to or answer to. Sometimes I think that it would be better if we had Bloods and Crips. Only because now y'all got rules to this game. Y'all got some kind of structure. We ain't got no structure. These motherfuckers is wild. These Philly cats, these young boys is off the cheese. Murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. That's all they care about. It's crazy. We used to be good at rumbling. They suck at it now. All right. The Flame says, but it is a hard knock life out there. Yep, no doubt. All right. Joe says, miss half of the stream. I promise I'll catch up. Moving up towards money with someone I met, and she's helping me out big time, and I'm changing slowly. Thank you for doing this, man. Keeping me in check. Yo, son, you doing the thing. That's my man's out there. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. That's what I'm talking about, Joe. Joe. What? Joe. Tables are turning. I said, Joe. He out there learning. I said, Joe, yo, thanks for coming on by. Yo, you want all the reasons why that I do this shit every day. You never know who you might touch or help or be a crutch to. And I am much obliged to be doing this shit, yo. This nigga fly. I appreciate everything that you do. Thanks for coming through the night and them other nights too. I'm glad things are turning in the right direction for you, dog. I really, really am. Bravo. 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 All right. Darius Dupree says, what do you know about the Bosch Calais? Nothing. And I mean nothing. But what can you teach me about the Bosch Calais? Like, first of all, how to say it right. All right. Michael Flame says, do you accept music? Got some stuff. Yeah, hell yeah. Yo, send it to my email, sun752@aol.com. That's sun752@aol.com. Yeah, send me all that shit. Yeah, I love new music. I do. I make music myself. You know what I mean? I like to get a little bit more serious about it. But yeah, definitely send me your tracks. I'll play them. If your shit not copywritten, we won't get in trouble here. I'll definitely play your shit. I promise you that. I'll play your shit. Definitely. Yeah, send me them joints, man. Blood Fart says, I like jobs that pay a lot while I use my phone. Hold on. Restore order. Yo, my man said, I like jobs that pay me a lot while I use the phone. And trust me, he's not talking about being a telemarketer or customer service. The stream's ding here. All right, hold on. Okay, there we go. Y'all hear that shit? I'm trying to find that shit. Order. Good looking out, Blood Fart. VJ Kumar says, in India, if you have no hairstyle, so no opportunity for the women, it's not fair. No hairstyle. Well, thanks for coming through, VJ. Blood Fart says, I dropped out of high school to work and make money. A lot of people, I don't know. Now, I'm not sure what you're saying exactly, but I know this. I knew a lot of people that kind of had to drop out. Like, I hate to say that they had to drop out, but listen, what do? your mom is on drugs, your pop ain't there, or your pop might be on drugs too. You know, you don't really have nothing, and you got younger siblings that you pretty much have to raise on your own, and they looking at you like, you know what I mean, they need help, and you want to be able to provide for them at a young age. Here you are, only 15, 16, 17 years old, and you got baby sisters and brothers maybe in single digits. And you might say, well, listen, I ain't gonna drop all the way out of school, but I gotta go get this job, get a little job as a short order short order cook, you know, at fast food or diner, some shit like that, or you might even hit the block, you know, sell drugs and all that shit. Listen, man, a lot of people I know had to sell drugs. It sounds crazy that they had to sell drugs, but they did. You know, when everybody in your family is selling drugs and you see them getting money and all that kind of shit, it's going to have an influence on you. Especially when there are no examples of anybody going to school, finishing school, doing well, being progressive, following the life of a do-gooder or just a law-abiding citizen. It's tough. It's tough. From here, we can easily say, no, there are other ways you could blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you're not there, though. And that shit don't course through your veins the way it do them. So, and I know people who dropped out and they really regretted dropping out because they didn't drop out because of their aptitude. They had what it took to be able to go to school and finish. But they had to go out and get that money. And one thing about once you start making money, going to school becomes harder and harder because you already doing what going to school was pretty much the goal for. Like, I went to school so I could get a good job so I could make some money. Well, I'm already making good money. Kind of put the cart before the horse. Now, of course, if you went to school, you don't know what kind of money you could be making. You know what I mean? But just to keep it a buck, the majority of, well, I'm not going to say the majority, but a whole big percentage of millionaires have not graduated high school. I ain't even talking about college. Not graduated high school. In the entertainment industry, they are chock full of motherfucking high school dropouts, especially in hip hop. Ain't none of them motherfuckers graduate. No DMX, no Jay-Z, no Nas, no LL Cool J. It might be easier to talk about the ones who did graduate, like Run DMC, Common, Kool Moe D, Chuck D, Lupe Fiasco. Because I don't think none of the Wu-Tang, I don't think none of them graduated. None of them. I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I don't think so. Not sure, but I don't think so. Not stupid, but you know, when you grow up in the projects of some kind of really, really broke situation. I mean, one thing about not having an education and not having an educational background is it limits your opportunities. And it makes you have to take chances that a person with a lot of opportunities wouldn't have to take. Because you haven't learned about what opportunities are and where they are, what they are and how they can develop. And I'm not dissing nobody at all. Bloodfart says he's been playing the triangle for over 40 years. He's produced 4 albums, selling over 6 million copies in 53 countries. Yo. Yeah, Mike said Philly do have neighborhood sense, though. Boy, do they. You know, what's it? CCK, O to the 4, Zoo Gang. What's that Philly rapper who got murdered last year? PNB Rock. Well, PNB is a neighborhood because it stands for Pastorius and Baton, and that's a Germantown neighborhood. I grew up in Germantown, Like if you go around, it be like you look at the houses and shit. You like you ain't gotta sell no drugs around here. It's not no bad neighborhood. It's not a poor neighborhood. Not at all. Middle class neighborhood. But the middle has a lot of shit going on in it. Anyway, the second says, Mike, I was saying at the same time you was okay. The second says, no lie about that. If you was from Philly, everyone thought you could box. Yeah, back in the day. What? It was almost true. We had real rumblers back in the day, man. Motherfuckers now, they rumble with a trigger or with a gun. I don't even know how to hold their hands. Ann says, hey, was here a while back, and I don't know if you remember, but I listened to your advice about depression and feel a lot better. Thank you. Yo, I appreciate that, and I do. I appreciate that a lot. You know, it's not easy for me to give out direct advice because, you know, I know that everybody has their own mind and you live in life in real time. So if you ask me, I will give it to you. But I try not to straight tell people what to do because I know I don't feel the way you feel. I'm not living how you live, and I don't have to encounter the things that you have to encounter. But one thing about me is that I'm not a hater. I like for people to be doing well. And when you're doing well in here and here, everything around you starts to improve. So I'm glad, man, because depression is a bitch. And all it does is just hold you down. It's like having a vice, the bad side of a vice, and somebody just twisted that vice, tightening it and pushing you down farther and farther to the point where you're subterranean. And I'm glad that you're rising above ground because I'm sure you can fly high. So best of luck to you. Best of luck to you. All right. Okay, Mike says it's all original. I got okay. That's what's up. SUN752 at AOL.com. The second says the room must have everything. Grabbing items out of nowhere. It is a lot of shit. Like I got the finger piano and a triangle over here, and one of the cowbells. Got the other cowbell over here. I got bongos over here and the tambourine over here, and I got one conga over here, and the other conga is over there, and I got the Native American drum over there, and some maracas over there. But I just got some funding recently, so we're going to get a horn section going on pretty soon. Sherelle says, all right, my brother from another mother, we'll try the best to catch you tomorrow. Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Michael Flame says, I just sent it to you. My whole album coming out soon. It must be, I'm just spreading love. Good looking, man. I'm going to check that shit out. No doubt. Blood Fart says, I just kept working hard as fuck and kept finding crazy opportunities. That's what's up. Hard work brings good luck, man. Hard work brings good luck. It does. So I'm glad things worked out for you. But I would still implore you. You know what I mean? You can go back and get your GED. Because after a while, the GED is just as good as a high school diploma as far as being able to get a job. But it's always good to be able to say that you're a high school graduate. You ain't got to say no GED. High school graduate is high school graduate. Whether GED or actually finishing high school and going to graduation. It doesn't matter. But it's always a good thing to have in your arsenal. Having more things that can give you more opportunities is always a good thing, a better thing than having limited things and having to depend on others in order to help you squeak by. Bloodfart says nobody told Jay-Z that when Diddy wants to party, you just gotta say no. Diddy is going to want to party. I don't know. I think Jay liked the party too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Foxy Brown said Jay liked the party. Mike the Flame says, man, I tell people all the time, let go of things that don't matter and hold on to the things that matter the most. True. But sometimes some people have trouble identifying the things that matter the most. You can be in situations like gang members think that their gang matters the most. My set means the most. It matters the most. They don't know. They don't know. You know, something is simple for all of y'all who drive. You ever go a long time without wiping your windshield off? You know, spraying some Windex on your windshield and wiping off the inside. You may not have done that shit in mad months. And you've been seeing outside, you've been seeing through the window. But when you wipe that shit clean, you be like, well, what the fuck? You seeing way more clearly than you was when you was just driving with a murky, fuzzy windshield. You didn't know. Somebody had to wipe your shit off so you could see clearly. Like, you thought that what you was working with was the thing to do. Now you see clearly, like, damn. It should make you think, like, what other things have I been thinking are good enough that can be improved on and could put me somewhere in a better place? There may be a lot of areas. Sometimes we don't want to find out what's better because then it'll make us change. It'll have to make us leave some things or some people behind. Not everybody wants to do better. Some people want to find that one thing where they can just settle and sit back, relax, and chill. And there's nothing wrong with finding your comfort zone. But there's also nothing wrong with finding your comfort zone in improvement, finding improvement. All right. All right. I tried to stay on longer because you are a good example, but I'm passing out. I'm tired. I got you, dog. I feel you. Get your rest, man. The second says they treating Diddy like he's a big bad wolf. I mean, I know he hit girls, but where all these fruity man rumors come from? I don't know, man. They've been talking about Puffy been fruity for a long time. I mean, personally, I don't really give a fuck. But I mean, I don't give a fuck in that I never really liked Puff. But he's done some good things for hip hop. But as a man, he's never been my type of dude. From what little I know, and I don't know him personally. Murder Johnson says, wipe your face, you look dirty. Well, I've never heard that before. I'll wipe it later. I Wipe the Flame says, oh yeah, it's definitely easier than hold on. Easier said than done. But surrounding yourself with people are for you with help. That's true. That's true. Jake H says, I'm very proud of you, sir. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Mike says, I got rid of some people, spent more time with myself, forgave myself, asked the people I hurt to forgive me. Man, my life's so blessed. I just redid the something hotels pool out here in Vegas. Don Ahern, billionaire, and I was blessed with the opportunity to sit and talk to him and remodel the whole pool area. Oh, he's a billionaire. Okay. Bloodfart says, you don't need a degree if you are the boss and hire everyone with degrees to do their jobs. I recommend being the boss highly. Yeah, but you know everybody ain't built to be the boss. You know, some people just want to, they just want to ride the wave. They just want to, you know what I mean, everybody ain't meant to be the boss. Boss got to come up with plans all the time. They got to be thinking progressively all the time. They got to make sure they keep their mind on the money all the time. Everybody don't want to do that. Everybody can be the boss. Somebody got to work. Somebody, I used to always say, somebody got to flip the burgers and drop the fries, man. Somebody got to flip the burgers and drop the fries. Legion Commander says, what the? Are you surprised? And Sage Acromaniac says, hola, papi chulo. Appreciate you coming through, though. The second says, if you had a chance to send your 18, yourself a letter, what would some of the ideas be in it? Listen, man, if I could go back to 18, let me tell you something. At 18, I thought I was going to be a doctor. I was on my way to college, pre-med and all of that shit, and I thought that's what I was going to do. So I know if I went back to being 18, nothing could have talked me out of that shit because I was hell bent on it. Now, my 53-year-old self would have liked to have popped the 18-year-old me in the back of the head and said, listen, just listen. All right, all that pre-med doctor shit, that's all cool. But you like to rap, you like to dance, you like to sing, you like to perform, you like to get on stage, you like to be in front of the camera, you like to have a mic in your hand, you like to be seen. So why don't you do some of that shit too? That's what my 53-year-old self would have told my 18-year-old self. Because I know my 18-year-old self would have listened to that like, wait a minute, so you mean to tell me I can get on radio? Or I can have a TV spot? Because I know I would have went for that. Or I can cut a record. I can... Okay. Bluffar says, yeah, being the boss takes practice. The benefits are too good to quit. Well, you know, everybody isn't built with those same leadership qualities. Some have them and some don't. Even people who are employees may have some leadership qualities. But good followers are needed everywhere. But a good follower is only as good as a good boss or a good leader. Mike the Flame says, that's why I don't understand why athletes complaining millions of dollars to do what you love. And nigga, please, I'll smile hard as hell just to put a jersey on and sit on the bench making millions. Well, I wish it was as simple as that, but it's tougher than that. Shit, I wouldn't want to be no pro athlete, man. I ain't trying to be busting my ass working out all the time and shit. Being judged, my performance is directly judged on how fast and strong I am. I know I ain't gonna feel like being fast and strong night in and night out, day in and day out, competing with the next man. Your check is directly contingent upon how much stronger and faster you are than this other dude who's studying you day after day trying to take your spot. And he will do it eventually. Mike the Flame says, man, if you was making millions, you ain't complaining. Shit, millionaires complain the most. You see Donald Trump out here? He bitching all the time. Plus, they got to compete hard as fuck before they make $1. They ain't making no money in college. Shit, they get disqualified for taking donations. And can't get an after-school job. Ain't that some bullshit? Bloodfart says, almost all bosses I know love Coke. Have my fucking ass on same people. Wait a minute. Same people that will fire people quick. The boss addict. Mike says, when we touch some M's, let's come back to this question. All right, bet. The second says, good point, Mike. But money isn't everything. Goals, process, make life meaningful. If you're prepared for if you're prepared your entire life for something and can't even do anything about it, it sucks. Facts. John Fafalo says, "Beat life. They changed college rules. Oh, players can get endorsements now. Well, that's good in every sport, in the major sports, in basketball and football, because they should have. I mean, shit. Penn State, you can't even get your name on your jersey. Remember after the scandal with Sandusky, and they was putting it all on Joe Pa, and then they brought Bill. What was it? Bill something. He was a defensive coach for the Patriots. They brought him to Penn State. He got the program back together, and they was changing around everything. And they put the names on the jerseys. They didn't even have they were so, man. Let's get ready to do these birthday shout outs and let's get on the out of here. All right. I'm glad y'all rocked with me tonight, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all was on it tonight. That's what's up. But this here what we're going to do. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious June 10th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Roseanne Baker, and also Joy Buchanan, turning 62 years old today, and Rashia Jones, happy birthday to you, and Robin Abside turning 63 years old today, and Nicole Daniels, happy birthday to you, and Natasha Brown turning 46 years old today. I'm looking at the monitor behind the camera, y'all. Pardon me. And Ann Boscom, turning 67 years old today, and Elaine Morgan, turning 56 years old today, and Rashida Stinson, happy birthday to you. And my man, comedian Kenny Williams, turning 55 years old today. And go get a Faye Moore, New York stand-up, also J.A., happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my man, David Parr, turning 53 years old today. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious June 10th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. I rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn, rock out, rock on it, do the damn thing. You do the thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen, there are a lot of things that you didn't have to do. And those things, even if it's something as simple as you didn't have to cut the grass, you didn't have to sell no ass, you didn't have to run real fast, you didn't have to make it last forever. There are a lot of things that you didn't have to do that you may have witnessed other people having to do. And what they had to do shaped them, and what you didn't have to do shaped you. You may have never been in a bad relationship where you felt like somebody was using you or abusing you or hurting you or just, giving you the runaround. You didn't have to go through that. Some people may have had to go through that because they were seeking out validation. You may have never, like we talked about, not having to pursue professional sports in order to make your way out, or sell drugs in order to make your way out, which is really making your way in. You may have never had to, sell your ass or be a prostitute or beg anybody for money. You didn't have to do that. Maybe you were afforded opportunities that didn't have to coincide with that. Maybe you never had to join a gang. Maybe you never had to go to the military. Maybe you never had to even pay your own way until you were a full-fledged adult. Maybe everything was given to you. Maybe you didn't have to struggle. Maybe you didn't have to find love. Maybe it was always there. Maybe you didn't have to raise money. Maybe it was always there. Maybe you didn't have to walk to school or catch the bus, flash a token or a bus pass because you had a ride to school every day. Maybe it was there for you. Maybe considering a life of crime or some other kind of fuck shit was never an option for you because the opportunities in a better way of living and being progressive were there for you. Maybe you never had to live life with a single parent because both of your parents were together in the home. Or maybe you never had to know what it's like growing up without having a father because you had one, an active one, a real one. Maybe you never had to be afraid of cats, dogs, snakes, mice, the moon. Maybe you never had to do that because maybe somebody explained to you that those aren't things that you have to be afraid of. So there are a whole lot of things that you may have never had to do. But sometimes we have to understand that some people do have to do them. It ain't always an easy thing or easy way to live or look at things. But shit is crazy. All right. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for another Daily Go Getimism show. So make sure y'all come through, man. I'll be here. I hope y'all be here too. Appreciate y'all coming through. Mucho. Thanks to all of y'all who participated and all of y'all who chilled in the background and may have gotten the information the way that y'all needed it in your own way. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Please share the show. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. So I'ma holler back. I'ma holler back. I'ma holler back. I'ma holler. Peace. Oh, hold on. Let me take these clothes off before I get on up out of here. And let me disrobe y'all. Disrobe y'all. Okay, you good? Go to stretch your neck. Stretch your neck. Good night, y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for coming through. Holla back, man. Access to Rome. Thanks for coming through, man. I hope all y'all subscribe. Please just subscribe. Just get us. Listen, we close to 2,000 subscribers. I know I'm just a little pinhead on this YouTube thing, but listen, it's a goal for me. Please help me get as close to it as possible. Subscribe. I will not let you down. I promise. Salute. Peace.